Since 2013, the Cronkite Awards have honored fact-checking in TV journalism by presenting an award in partnership with factcheck.org at the University of Pennsylvania's Annenberg School Public Policy Center, APPC. Judy and I and everyone else involved with the Cronkite Award at the Lear Center and USC Annenberg want to thank APPC and its director, Kathleen Hall Jamieson, for generously hosting this awards lunch and gathering of winners from around the country and around the world. So just a word of thanks to them. To present the Brooks Jackson Award, please welcome the Director of Fact Check Award, Eugene Kiely. Where is he? Oh, here he is. He snuck up on me.
Hello. The Brooks Jackson Prize for Fact Checking is named for Brooks Jackson. Okay. The Brooks Jackson Prize for Fact Checking is named for Brooks Jackson, the veteran journalist who pioneered ad watch and fact check stories debunking false and misleading political statements. In 2003, he co-founded factcheck.org with the director of the Annenberg Public Policy Center, Kathleen Hall Jamieson. This year, Brooks Jackson Prize goes to Chris Ingalls, investigative reporter with King 5 News, an NBC affiliate in Seattle, for a 5-part series that debunked a disinformation campaign that sought to undermine public trust in Washington state's elections. Ingalls vetted claims of voter registration anomalies in 3 Washington counties made by the so-called Voter Integrity Project. He used public records, requests, old-fashioned shoe leather, and effective interviews to expose false and misleading claims about voter fraud. Let's take a look.
In September of last year, we tracked similar programs at churches in Cedar-Woolley, Marysville, Snohomish, Federal Way, Puyallup, and Lacey. All events made claims that elections are swayed by incompetence or corruption.
Yes, he won, and we all know it. Because there's so much fraud here, it's easy to find.
The keynote speaker at the Cowboy Church was Douglas Frank, described as a physicist with a doctorate.
And I found a 6th-order polynomial in every state, and it's as high as it goes. And so it's like breadcrumbs. It's like America was stolen by an Excel spreadsheet.
Frank has crisscrossed the country, claiming that he's uncovered a secret algorithm that proves somebody, presumably Democrats, manipulates votes to win elections.
Your registration databases are where you're getting hacked. That's where you're losing your elections, because you're filling your registration with phantom voters.
Frank's stolen election claim was backed by another national election denier.
I'm an engineer.
Who put up more charts and graphs.
I didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Did you get what they were saying?
Well, I'm pretty new, and boy, that's way above my pay grade. There's a lot of information that is just way past my IQ.
Is there any truth to what he's saying?
At a top line, high level summary, there is absolutely no truth to his claims.
Stanford University professor Justin Grimmer just published this research report that calls Frank's formula for vote manipulation worthless and wrong, a conclusion echoed by many experts.
It is impossible for folks who are just trying to go about their daily lives to know all of that, to know that this guy who's up there, who is an incredibly well-spoken presenter, is telling them something that is just simply junk. It's not true at all.
Accepting the Brooks Jackson Award, Chris Ingalls.
Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, factcheck.org. I don't remember the exact words, but I think the story pitch sounded like a reporter boondoggle, that that guy that says, hey, I got to go cover this story. I need a few days. And then he comes back and he's got nothing, you know. But when I pitched this to my boss, I said, hey, boss, I need to drive to some faraway places, need to talk to a bunch of people, you know, need a few days, make that a few weeks. There may or may not be a story there. And I think the fact that my boss at King 5, Julie Wolfe, invests not only in a story, but a possible story, checking it out, is what makes us the TV station that we are, and I'm very thankful for that. You know, this series, The Fraud Crusade, I think revealed sort of a window into the future of misinformation, not super sophisticated, but more savvy than what we saw in the 2020 presidential election where there was no evidence to the claims, right? Well, here we followed these conservative citizens groups that were going door to door in Washington state to confirm that voters lived at the address where they were registered. In a vote by mail state like Washington, that's everything, because that's where your ballot goes, right? So if you're not living where your ballot goes, that could be evidence of fraud. And in the 3 counties we looked at, they said they found 3,000 suspicious voter registrations. And through fact checking, we found out that that wasn't true. So I want to thank my boss, Julie Wolfe, who signed off on this story, our general manager at King 5, Christy Moreno, you know, and Tegna, our parent company, which has investigative units all over the country that are doing fine work, and I appreciate that about our company. And also I want to thank factcheck.org. I want to thank the Annenberg Policy Centers at USC and at the University of Pennsylvania for recognizing the drudgery of fact-checking. It's kind of boring stuff. And you know, the people that look at our stories, they're not going to say, wow, those guys are brilliant investigative journalists. They're going to say, they worked hard to get to the truth in that story. And that's fact-checking. And finally, I want to say thank you to the woman in the back there. I don't see her. Oh, she's got a camera in her hand. That's my wife, Stephanie, who is a prize-winning wife and mother. Also, she's a healthcare worker, career healthcare worker. They don't send them out to Washington, D.C. to get trophies, but they are saving lives every day, and that's her. Thank you.